the record now.
Hello and welcome to my Facebook Live on Compassionate Mediation. Today we're going to be talking about what is it, why use it, who is it for, when to use it, and how do you use it, and how can it affect your life personally and also your life professionally. So I am Linda Kroll. I am so glad you're here, because as we're talking about these today, I want to give you the benefit of my 35 years of experience as a therapist, a mediator.
Just now, when you show up, your microphone was on.
Hold on. Okay, here we are, live. How's that? So starting again,
Yes.
I'm welcoming you.
When you change the slides,
I'm live and welcoming you as we talk on my Be Live. And you got to give me a little slack in that I'm an almost 74-year-old grandmother learning how to do Be Live so I can come to you live. And the reason I want to come to you live is because I've spent the last 35 years in private practice. I've spent the last 7 years doing things online, and I have lots of free gifts and resources that I want to offer you. And the only way to do it is to get out and let you know that they're there. So thank you for being here, whether you're here with me live or you're here with me later on a replay. And if you're here with me live, I'd love for you to put your questions in the comments below. I can check those out and I can bring those up and I can answer them live. And if you're on the replay, please put any questions you have for me in the comments and I'll get back to you with the answers. Because I really am dedicated to sharing compassionate communication and compassionate mediation with you. And to do that, I've created a compassionate communication community on Facebook, and I'd love for you to join me there, where we have many of my colleagues from IFS, from the Chopra Center, from my mentors, from my clients, from other people who are experts in their field. So join us there as we discuss how compassionate communication can help change the world. And today I'm talking about compassionate mediation. So first of all, let's talk about compassionate communication. And what compassionate communication is the opportunity to connect to your highest self, let go of limiting beliefs, unburden pain from the past, and relate from your heart. And that's where we start in compassionate mediation. We start with learning compassionate communication. And when we talk about being in your highest self, in internal family systems, we talk about being calm, clear, connected, compassionate. And that's what we learn how to do first. And then we notice all the limiting beliefs that have kept us in our judgments and all the baggage that we carry. And I'll be talking more about that. And as we unburden pain from the past and stay in the present, we can relate from our heart. And when we relate from our heart, we can talk about anything. And what compassionate mediation does is to let you change the face of divorce and conflict in general, one heart at a time, starting with your own. So as you're learning compassionate mediation and compassionate communication, if you're using it for your own benefit, your own relationship, you learn how to forgive yourself and your partner. You learn how to practice the miracle of empathy and share it with each other. And most of all, you learn how to be kind to the inner child in each of you. First, your own inner child, and then your partner's inner child. Because let's face it, from time to time, we get grumpy. I do, you do. But it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So if you're coming from an angry part and trying to discuss your finances or your parenting or your sex life, it's not going to go very well. So learning how to come from your highest self is where you start. Because often when we're not in self, we hide our feelings. We hide them behind a facade of managing parts that pretend everything's okay. But we're really holding on to old stories, beliefs, frustrations, criticism, blame, resentment, so much baggage. Take a breath. so much baggage. And when you bring that baggage into your conversation, even though you're pretending everything is okay, your partner knows. Your partner gets it. So learning how to compassionately communicate allows you in compassionate mediation to go from heartache of the pain, the baggage, the resentments, to hope that there's a way to make things better, to learning how to heal, and then getting to happiness. And that's what we do with compassionate mediation. So what I want to ask you first is, what's your story? Why are you here? Are you looking for your own relationship to get better? Are you looking for healing personally? Are you looking to create a new relationship? Or are you a professional, a therapist, mediator, attorney, coach, clergy, counselor who wants to learn this process? Because it's my dream to have you learn this process and take it to your clients all over the world. So my story is that I was a counselor long after I was an attorney and a mediator. And I found IFS, internal family systems, that helped me learn how to come from my highest and best self. And after a very wonderful marriage for 20 years that was headed for divorce, I realized that I didn't want other people's divorces to be as painful as my own was. I had a beloved ex-husband, and somehow we couldn't work out the details of our own divorce without going the adversarial route. So I was already a therapist, an IFS therapist, and a mediator, and an attorney. And I put all that together, and I wrote a book called Compassionate Mediation: How to Add Passion to Your Marriage or Compassion to Your Divorce. And Dick Schwartz, who's the founder of IFS, has said about the book that divorce brings out the worst in us and often leaves lasting scars. He gracefully says that I'm a master at lifting couples out of their narrow, protective perspectives, and then they learn the larger lessons from their relationships and proceed based on the best interest of all involved. This is relationship healing at its best. And what I want to share with you when we're talking about the who, what, when, and the why is that the what of compassionate mediation is that it's a process for helping people learn compassionate communication. And as they learn compassionate communication, they can apply that to their conversations about everything. So if they want to talk about their sex life or their parenting skills or their finances or their hurts, whatever they want to talk about, they learn how to do it from their highest and best self, and they do it using the miracle of empathy, which is also part of the process. So as they're learning empathy, they don't have to be grumpy. They don't have to keep their boxes and their life hidden. And what they can do is really change the way they're relating. And they do it this way. They do it by going through the process of compassionate mediation that covers all of these bases. So what compassionate mediation does is it helps you deal with the emotional conflict, because whether you're doing it on your own and learning how to speak for your parts instead of from your parts, you heal emotionally. When you're connected to your highest self, that's a spiritual connection. That's when you're connected to your soul, to your spirit, to that calm, compassionate essence inside of you. When you learn the skills of compassionate mediation and compassionate communication, you can make decisions about where you're going to live and what you're going to do about finances and all of the decisions that need to be made. Because often in this situation, the courage to look at an ending creates a whole new beginning. And so if people are willing to talk about all their parts, even the ones that they're hiding, including the parts that might want to leave, you can help them, because a family can be peacefully and respectfully restructured, whatever form it takes in the future. When an individual or couple can come from their highest self, can speak with empathy, can discuss all of their issues, miracles happen and new relationships are born. So what I want to do is see if there's any questions. And if there are, I want to answer. And if not, I'm going to continue. So if there's a question, please put it in there. And if not, come later and put it there, because I want to show you if the what of compassionate mediation is how to help your clients or how to help yourself learn how to compassionately communicate and talk about everything. The when to use it is anytime there's a conflict. So if you have a debate, it's not just for people thinking of divorce, it's for people that are having conflict. Because the tenets of compassionate mediation are: number one, be your best self. Number two, create a compassionate relationship. Number three, explore all your options, which most people don't do. Number four, understand your rights and finances. And number five, create the relationship you truly desire and deserve. And I'm going to repeat that for you in a minute, because I want to share with you the how, so that you can take it both into your life right now and also into your practice. And I have some free gifts available that I'm going to give you in just a few moments so that you can take with you whatever you'd like from here. So let me go back on and show and stream my roadmap. And what this is, it's the Compassionate Mediation Roadmap that I have available for you to get a copy for your personal life or your professional life. And it goes through the steps of how do you be your best self and love your parts and be in self and understand how your family of origin has affected your relationship. And then it talks about creating a compassionate relationship with all that empathy and true, authentic conversation. And the exploring your options is where it gets very interesting, because many times when people are really unhappy and they have a part that's considered leaving, they don't want to talk about that part because they're afraid if they talk about the part that's thinking of leaving, then it's a one-way ticket to divorce. But it's not. It's a way to explore all your options. And sometimes being honest enough with your partner to let them know there is a part of you that wants to leave if things don't get better finally gets the attention your partner needs to give you to make the changes that you both need to make. But exploring your options, taking the time to talk about it. What would it look like if we stayed together? What would we need to do to create a better relationship? What would happen to us if we got divorced? Where would we live? What would we do about finances? What are going on with our finances? Which is the fourth part. How do you understand your finances and your rights and responsibility? But the cool thing is that when you're speaking from self about all of these issues, it's a whole different dialogue than when you're speaking from underneath your boxes or from the ways you manage or get extreme. So learning how to talk for all your parts is what we're doing in compassionate mediation. And then you create the relationship, you plan for the future and create the relationship you truly desire and deserve. So it is true that compassionate mediation heals relationships, and not just married relationships or romantic relationships. It heals any relationship, because again, when you're going from your highest self, when you're letting go of your limiting beliefs, when you are showing up with a beginner's mind, where you're compassionate and connected and curious instead of judgmental, where you're not projecting into the future all the pain from the past, and you're not carrying the pain from the past and holding on to it without forgiving. And when you relate from your heart, miracles happen. So I want to remind you that if you go to lindakroll.com and go to lindakroll.com, there's a couple things I'd like to offer you. One is a compassionate communication care kit. And what this has in it, it has a guided meditation for self-care. So it actually has a 7-minute meditation on how to get to your best self. It's got a 4-minute video explaining about compassionate communication. It's got a relationship assessment where you can start to make changes now that will help you in the future. And it's got a link to a compassionate mediation roadmap for your own use, and also if you're professional, for your use. And also if you're professional, there's a video introduction of my process for you to take what you can and use whatever you'd like for it. So go to lindakroll.com line CCC to get your compassionate communication care kit. And then if you'd like a roadmap, go to lindakroll.com/roadmap, and you'll be put into a email stream where I'll keep you posted on other Facebook Lives that I'll be doing, free trainings that I'll be doing, so that you can take this wherever you are in the world to wherever you'd like it to be. So I am thrilled that we had this time together. I hope that some of what I shared is intriguing. If you have questions, you can go to lindakroll.com. There's a frequently asked question about compassionate mediation, about being in self, about communication. But please join me and a lot of my colleagues and mentors and guides in the compassionate communication community. We just started Saturday. There's over 200 people that have joined in. And what it is, it's a place to collaborate, connect, ask for what you need, share what you want. It's me using the skills that I have learned in the last 7 years to become somewhat of a technological, expert a little bit on learning how to do some of this. And as long as I have the platform and as long as I have the ability, I'd like to share it with as many people as I can. And I also want to share the skills of compassionate communication and compassionate mediation. So whether you're looking at it for your own use, how to have a better relationship, how to heal the one you have, if you're looking at it for use as a therapist, mediator, attorney, coach, clergy, I have trainings in compassionate mediation. I have a certification process that I'm going to be offering soon to certify other people, because this is a dream of mine. I took the benefit of my 35 years of experience as a therapist, mediator, attorney, Chopra Certified Teacher of Meditation, Yoga, and Ayurveda. I wrote the book. I put together some online programs. But the dream is to share this with the world, so that instead of adversarial divorces where people come at each other, or even collaborative divorces where you need 2 attorneys, what I'm hoping to do is make compassionate mediation another option. But the really interesting thing about it is when you go down the road of compassionate mediation, the option is not just to get a divorce. Because when you learn how to communicate from your highest self, without the judgments, without the pain, from your heart, and you speak self to self with a compassionate, confident, courageous, authentic truth, miracles happen and new relationships are formed. So it's a way to begin a whole new marriage. It's a way to create a relationship that you truly desire and deserve. And what I want to do is, again, make sure you have the opportunity to find me. So go to lindakroll.com, get the care kit, get the roadmap. Here we go. There's the roadmap and the care kit. And take advantage of everything that I'm offering for free. Please come join me in the compassionate communication community. If you're already in the community, thank you for being there. We have lots more to share. I'm going to be live from time to time, usually in the compassionate communication community. So come on over there. And I look forward to seeing you. If I've missed any comments that I didn't see, put them in later and show up with the questions, and I will give you the answers. I will find you and I will answer. So thank you again. I'll log in one more time to say goodbye. Thank you. Thank you for being here. No matter how crazy my family may think I am, I'm a woman on a mission to spread compassionate communication, compassionate mediation, and more self-love all over the world. So please join me. Thanks for being here. I love you. Thanks for being my friend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.